Welcome to John F. Kennedy International Airport, one of the most visited, traveled through airports in the entire world. More than 40 million people pass here on a daily basis, on a yearly basis. May they be connecting to different flights all around the United States of America or visiting this great city of New York. Today we're gonna see the views of the runway for 1 hour. Maybe we'll get lucky and see a few flights take off or land. Here we're watching right now runway 4 from the TWA Hotel rooftop. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist. Let me know where we're watching from, and let's view the views of the runway. So some music might be playing. Actually, this hotel, I love it, but it is impossible to dodge any music. They're blaring music outside, inside, in the bathrooms, everywhere. So I appreciate everyone who's been supporting in various ways through Super Chats, PayPal, and also Super Urbanist via Patreon or YouTube memberships or Facebook supporters. So thank you so much for lending your support. It helps making these videos despite music copyright potentially taking down these videos. So let's enjoy the views right now. Hopefully we'll get lucky seeing a few planes take off. Let me zoom in. I'll show you a little bit more. Here we're seeing a few JetBlue planes. Well, appear to be JetBlue. And here's the JetBlue Terminal 5. And I hear a plane coming in. I see here we see a plane passing through. Okay, hope you slept well and the noisy neighbors behaved. Yeah, they quiet down after a while. I think after like about 1 a.m. they kind of went to sleep. And I went to sleep at 2. So here's the control tower. I slept like a baby. It was one of the comfiest beds I've ever been on. I'm absolutely like blown away by the bed specifically. And they have blackout curtains, so my room was dark completely. It was wonderful. I see people swimming. Yeah, there are people swimming right next to us. There's people swimming right here. Right here. Yeah, it's a heated pool. The noise level. I did not hear anything at night. And you know what's surprising? Like, even though right now I'm in the middle, right above the runway, I barely hear any sounds. I mean, the music is blaring pretty loud, and there's kids playing in the pool, but I barely heard a plane coming in. Shortly before I started this live, American Airlines flight flew in, and barely heard anything. It wasn't that loud roar that I remember as a little kid living in Jackson Heights, Queens, and planes would roar overhead. In many parts of New York, you hear them roar overhead. So let's see if we hear any noises. But from the hotel room, the windows were so thick, you barely hear. I did not hear anything. The only thing I heard was the neighbors. Okay, we see a plane coming in. Let's catch it. Let's catch the plane. Cue the music with the plane. That is very loud, that one over there. I'm not sure why it's so loud. So we saw our first plane arrive. And I think that there's 2 flights that seem ready to be taken off. So yes, that is Urbanist, the main theme. It is from the Urbanist, the original soundtrack, which you can find on every music store available, basically. So Riju, I spent $200.27, $227. I gotta mute because it's the Beatles. Be right back. So we saw another plane take off, yeah. So I had a good breakfast. I ate a crepe in the food court area of the hotel. It was nice. It was I would say a mediocre food, but good enough to eat. I wish they had more, kind of gourmet bites down there. They have the Intelligentsia coffee shop, but it's closed at the moment. And also their restaurant is closed as well. But the hotel's really worth it, I think. I slept like a baby. It was one of the comfiest beds I've ever had in my life. And if you want to have this view, you can, because we're actually right now on the Hughes wing. I stayed at the Sarandon wing, which we see over there, at room 643, all the way at the end. I stayed at that room. It was one of the deluxe rooms. And I had views of the TWA, which was awesome. I had views of the air train. It was really beautiful. But if you really want the head-on views of the runway, you got to stay in this wing right here, which is the Hughes wing. And you'll see the rooms marked with runway view. I recommend booking on the TWA Hotel website directly. Don't book on another website like Expedia or Hotels for this instance, because on the website directly you have more flexibility of choosing a room, and the prices are the same as any other website. That's my recommendation. Do you see me? It says Helen. Helen, where are you? Are you all the way in, remind me where you're watching from again? Is it Ireland? Aer Lingus is over here. So yesterday there was one flight from Aer Lingus. That means we could have potentially flown out to Ireland if I wanted to. Not sure if I'll be able to see anything once I get to Dublin, but it is possible. Now, this show is not sponsored by the hotel at all. Just want to make that clear. When I have a show that is sponsored by the hotel or the hotel covered a stay, then I will tell you. But the hotel did not cover the stay. I paid for the hotel. Our super urbanist, Laureen, ended up covering it for the night. So she is the sponsor, not the hotel. Why weren't you on that flight, says Kay? I wish I was. I think because of the lockdown, I'll arrive to Dublin and just have to like stay there. Is there anything open in Dublin? I'm not sure. Let me know. I mean, I wouldn't mind staying in a beautiful hotel room in Dublin, maybe a bed and breakfast. How much are flights to Ireland? I'm not entirely sure, but I would assume they're not that expensive. I would assume they were maybe cheaper than this hotel room stay, potentially. So here we have another plane arriving. Wow, we got a lot of planes now on the runway. This is so cool. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, we are living in a society, in the time of human history, where we have gigantic birds of steel carrying hundreds of humans, potentially, soaring through the skies, ferrying us from continent to continent only within a mere hours. And beyond that, you can watch an entire movie on these flights. Isn't it marvelous, ladies and gentlemen? Isn't it marvelous? In the hotel, technically, this rooftop bar, you can just walk in. Just walk in. Respect the rules of the bar and the they're not checking if you're a guest. Maybe that'll change once things get a little bit back to normal and there's a lot more guests in the hotel, and they might not want too many people just coming in randomly. But right now, you can easily just walk into the rooftop without being a guest. I'm technically no longer a guest. I checked out at 11 a.m. So check-in is at 4 p.m., check-out is at 11. However, they do have day stays, like 3 or 4 different schedules for day stays. So you can stay over the day if you rather just stay for the day and then kind of catch your next flight. Or if you checked out your hotel, say in New York City, you're coming over to the airport a little bit earlier because you're catching a red-eye flight, you can just stay over the day. It's incredible when you really stop to think about it, says Susie. Indeed it is. Wait until SpaceX is fully functional. Oh yeah, I can't wait. All right, we have a few planes coming here. Oh, what? Another one just went over. So I think we're kind of prime time for flights right now. Look at this one. Let's zoom in. Go, 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 go. Where's this going? Anyone have a flight radar? Let us know where these flights are going. I gotta get myself a second phone so I can like download Flight Radar. 227. Did that include breakfast? No, no breakfast included. Just period. It's not. There's not that type of hotel. They don't include breakfast like say one of those Hilton hotels, Marriott's, and things like that. Over 600 euros to fly from NYC to Dublin next week. Whoa, okay. That is a bit expensive for Ireland. It's supposed to be super cheap. Dutch Moz is firing up his Flight Radar. Yes, Dutch Moz. Dutch Moz is a hero. It's a legend. Dutch, have you done JFK videos? Let me know. I thought this would be a simulator. Nope. I am actually up here freezing and with the sun beaming down on me at the same time. Nope, this is a real live video. Today is Saturday, April 2nd, 3rd? April 3rd? April 3rd. And let me know what time it is right now. But yes, this is indeed live. For 1 hour, we're sticking up here. So we got 40 minutes left. Anderson, how do they get access to the rooftop? So I am a hotel guest. I just checked out today, 11 a.m. But you could just walk in. There's not really anyone checking or anything. I don't see any signs saying only hotel guests. I did not see any signs like that, but maybe I could be wrong. Just double check, and it seems like you just stroll right in. But if you do stroll in, do consider buying a drink or some type of food, down below. Supporting the hotel. Hey, Petter. Happy Easter. Thank you so much, Petter, for the 100 Swedish krona. I appreciate you. Did I sleep okay? I slept like a baby. Like I usually have trouble sleeping for the first night in a hotel. Most of the time. But this time, I had some of the deepest sleep I've ever had. It was amazing. They had these blackout curtains, which I wish I would have shown yesterday. It's all automated, and they really closed off all light, and it was very quiet, luckily, because you didn't hear the planes. The windows are so thick you barely hear anything. Deanne says $700 isn't too bad. It used to be thousands of dollars to travel to Ireland. I remember Ireland used to be like $200. Last year. Hey, Halil from Turkey. Merhaba. How do you get access? Oh, I already answered that. Anderson. Only LGA, says Dutch. Oh, okay, Dutch. Sad to see few planes. Would you be seeing a lot more planes? I assume so. I think they canceled all flights. Hey, Susan. Good morning. I heard Boeing is revisiting its idea of a hypersonic jet. 3-hour flight to Japan instead of 10 to 15 hours. Yep, that is the plan. I'm not sure if Boeing is going to get there. I think most likely a company like Tesla might get there faster, because I don't think it's sustainable anymore to have gasoline airplanes. I think the future most likely will be electric airplanes. That might limit the speed in the beginning, but it sure is a lot lighter and also more efficient in the long term. Quiet boom technology, says Dutch. Yeah, that's actually really cool to have supersonic airplanes that have no sonic boom. That would be really interesting. So we see another plane on the runway down there, and we have another one coming in over here. Anderson, what airline am I flying? I didn't fly any airline. I'm just staying at the hotel. Hello, Craig. All right, so we got another plane flying in. Helen says if you come from Ireland from a red zone, you get put in a hotel for 14 days. Says Helen. Is the U.S. a red zone? Let me know. According to Ireland. How long are you staying? Today, it was only one night. One night, $227. Check in 4 p.m. Check out 11. Can you see Manhattan from here? You can, Nicholas. I showed it a little bit before. Here it is. Ooh, is this British? Or is that Delta? There we go. If that flight was coming in from Puerto Rico, people would be clapping. Because that's what they do when Puerto Ricans land and depart. The Twister yesterday was so cool. What is TWA? Asks Anderson. Great question. TWA stands for Trans World Airlines. It used to be one of the major airliners from 1960s all the way to about 2000. I think they shuttered in 2000 officially, but they were already a shell of what they used to be by the 90s. So TWA is famous for Howard Hughes being the visionary who ran the company in the 60s and was responsible for building the structure. He hired Ariel to design it. Janice says, perfect landing. Kay says, no, US is not in the red zone. Ooh. So I can potentially just go to Ireland right now? What can I do? Are things open in Ireland? Let me know. I'm tempted to fly. Here in the hotel, I heard a lot of British accents. And I'm thinking, okay, if these guys are able to travel here, maybe I'm able to travel there. New York City Cherry Grove says, thank you for the philosophical chat yesterday. My pleasure. New York City Cherry Grove. My pleasure. Mighty Bull, nice to see you here. Philo says, explore Ireland. Who pays the hotel in Ireland, says Irene. Well, I am not expecting anyone to pay anything. But I'm always happy to have sponsors if it fits the Urbanist brand. This is great footage, says Nitin. Oh, I'm so glad you think so. There's actually no point coming to the UK until around the month of May and June. Yeah, Sarah, I think that's the case. How do you guys track flights? Says Nitin. There's a few apps. So Dutch Moss is using the app right now. He says next takeoff is the AA2580 going to Charlotte, North Carolina. Ah, cool. So it might be one of these. It might be that one over there. Hey, Frank, you worked in JFK in the 60s for Flying Tigers cargo airliners. And we shipped cargo to Vietnam during the time of the troops. Whoa. Dutch Moz use Flight Radar 24. Cool. Susie says Flight Aware. That's what you use. Yeah, there's a lot of apps. What airport are you at? John F. Kennedy International Airport, one of the two major airports of New York City. Some people also include Newark in that list, but Newark is technically in the great state of New Jersey. Nicholas, do you love New York City? I do. I mean, I wouldn't be here if I didn't, to be honest. Carolina sounds like a good spot to do an emergency landing, says Demi. It sounds like a good spot to have some barbecue as well. The music here is less 60s than it was below. I'm hearing a lot of 80s things. Wendy, yes, I'll be back on 1 p.m. Let me know, what time is it right now? At this very exact moment in time. Just think how cool it would be to see the Concorde take off. Oh yeah, it'll be very loud as well, but yeah. To think that there's people who live right down there who have views of the airport, straight on, head on views of the runway of the airport. Those people living in these apartment buildings over here. Let me know, what neighborhood is this? That's the other side of Jamaica Bay. 11:56 a.m. Thank you. Hey, Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, Dutch Moz. Hey, Joe. So Dutch says next takeoff is going Cancun. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, I think it's this one, going Cancun. Yeah, he's going Cancun. Right there. Who wants to go to Cancun? Have a little bit of beach, margaritas. Some good pastor tacos. We have another one here. Everyone, birds of steel soaring through the skies. There's one interesting thing. If you read ancient Hindu texts, there's very weird stories in ancient Hindu texts about gigantic birds that flew through the skies, and these gigantic birds through the skies were shiny. What does that mean? Was it merely a legend? Not sure. But it is very interesting that they talked about that in Hindu texts. Ancient Hindu texts, like about like 3,000 or 4,000 years old. Dutch says next landing is from Leipzig. Wow, so many planes. How many? Like even we're in the pandemic and there's still a lot of planes coming in and out. Kay says I'd get on the plane to go just anywhere at the moment. Thomas, how do I see them both at once? Because I use an app to live stream called Prism. Is there a hot tub on the roof? No, there is a heated pool, but it's not a hot tub. Hot tub is different because it's a bit more bubbly. It's like those strong, I'm not sure what you call them, but they exert a lot of water very intensely. Next landing from Atlanta. So we got two of them. We got either Leipzig over here, we got Atlanta over here maybe. So I can't tell which is which, but we got two landings over here. Did I go into the pool? No, I did not. I did not. All right, we got two of them. Let's look at this one. Leipzig just landed. Okay, Leipzig landed somewhere else, not here. So this was not Leipzig. This might be Atlanta. Hey, Daniel, welcome. No worries. Boom. Nailed it. He nailed that landing. Nailed it. Let's see if this guy nails the landing. Will he nail the landing? Will he nail the landing? Will he get there? Will the plane land? Place your bets. Yes, it did. All right, awesome. Right side was Atlanta. Oh, cool. So we just saw Atlanta. Are people sunbathing in the cold? Yes, of course we are. Yeah. I think they are, yeah. Yeah, there are. There's 2 people in the pool. There was like a lot of kids just a little bit ago. No tourists allowed? Yep, tourists are allowed here. A lot of tourists are coming in. I met a tourist the other day who was coming in from Egypt. Shout out. She's actually an urbanist. Spotted me in Highline. Let me show the city views as we wait for a few more planes. Raul, no, I've never been to India. Show you the city views. Hey, Patricio, welcome. There's nothing more exciting to see planes land in windy conditions, says Sarah. And Cauliflower says, for your coffee, oh, thank you so much, Cauliflower. I will be using that coffee. Yes, we will be getting on the air train. Next broadcast, 1 p.m. We're going to learn how to get from here, Terminal 5, JetBlue, from TWA Flight Center, all the way, wait for it, wind is picking up all the way to right in the heart of the city. How we're going to get there, who knows? Find out at 1 p.m. on Urbanist. But we're going to enjoy 30 more minutes to round out this hour of viewing the runway. Whew, cold today. Cold, cold, cold. Is this the busiest airport in New York City, Nintin? Yes, it is. It is the busiest airport in New York City, one of the busiest airports in the U.S. The busiest one, I think, at the moment is still Atlanta in Georgia, which is the southern U.S. And I think that's more busier because it's more of a bigger hub for a lot of people traveling all around the U.S. And I think LAX probably is in the top 3, maybe. All right, everyone. Let's have a little bit of music interlude. Put the camera this way. right, so here we see a Korean Airways, as many people are saying right now. It's beautiful. Oh, blue. I think I saw them in the terminal. So someone asked me, how's the food? I am not so terribly impressed by the food. It is convenient and there is food available 24/7, which is nice. But earlier today, I did see like a huge group of, either it was Korean or Chinese. I couldn't quite tell where they were from, but it was a gigantic group of flight attendants. And it might have been that flight, which is about to leave right now. Gate 3. Someone's saying gate 3. Okay, Mike. So gate 3, Mike. You say you have a friend here. Right here. Hey, Mike's friend from gate 3. Welcome. Cliff, the last time you were on a plane was a JetBlue flight to Orlando. Yeah, I like JetBlue. It's nice, easy, great service. I also like Southwest. It's a nice airliner here in the U.S. When you play background music, do I also hear it? No, I don't hear it. Now, if I have a microphone, which I do at the moment. Lots of JetBlue A320s. Yes, because we're right by Terminal 5 of JetBlue, which is built like a few years ago, almost like a decade ago, around there. I wonder what's the most beautiful airport in the world, Deanne. A lot of people say that the most beautiful airport in the world is the one in Singapore. They have like a gigantic waterfall in the middle of the airport. So, yeah. And I remember going to the Rome airport and I was blown away. Like, I wasn't blown away so much by the architectural beauty, but I was blown away by the food options. Rome airport had like amazing food options and fresh food, which I was blown away by. So here, Korean is departing. We can't see it from this angle. Well, the longer runway. Is Shanghai the one with the butterfly garden? I think it is. Let us know. There's a few videos on it. I can't wait to do myself a video on it whenever I'm able to travel to Singapore. I would love to go to Singapore. Seems like a great place to do live videos. Hey, Steve says, hi, have lunch on me as you head back to NYC. Thank you, Steve, with the amazing super chat. Everyone, give hearts to Steve, a very generous super chat, $30, along with cauliflower. Thank you so much. Oh, we're gonna have some fun on the trip back to New York City. Thank you so much. Lorraine, I slept like a baby. Lorraine. Everyone give hearts to Lorraine. Because of her, we're able to do these broadcasts today. Yeah, I slept like a baby, Lorraine. I highly recommend it. It's one of the comfiest beds I've ever slept on. And I'm not saying that just because I stayed here and I'm doing videos. I generally have, and I've mentioned this in other hotels, I've been to some amazing hotels. And I still have trouble sleeping in them because for me, a new bed is a little bit weird to sleep on for a first night at least. But this one, I slept like a baby that first night. So I'm blown away. All right, we got 15 minutes. So feel free to ask any last questions for 15 minutes. Did the kids quiet down? Yeah, by like 1 a.m. they I think, crashed asleep. And I went to sleep like at 2 a.m. Luckily, I wasn't too tired, so I did not mind sleeping a little bit later because I wasn't gonna sleep earlier anyway.
I got an email from principal recently.
Oh, Helen, I don't snore. Dutch Moz with our friendly flight reminder. He says next takeoff is JetBlue number 62593 to Miami. Ooh, where is it at? Miami. Who wants to go to Miami? Action Kid recently went to Miami, looking great with the tan. How big was the TV? The TV was gigantic. It was like an 80-inch. It's a gigantic TV. I didn't use it. I usually don't watch TV in hotels. Unless if I'm doing like research and I put on like a YouTube video to research a history tour. But no, it was gigantic TV. AWS says, I'm afraid of planes. If you are, this hotel will actually be a great place. You know why I say that? Because it kind of lets you get acquainted with planes without actually riding one. So if you're afraid of planes, I would recommend staying in a hotel like this and just seeing them. No pressure. You're not gonna fly. You're not gonna get on the plane, but just look at them. Just admire them. I'm sure that will help because you end up seeing the majesty of flight. Did I check out the gym? No, I actually did not walk into the gym, but there is a gym here. Yes. I heard that here they have Pelotons. Maybe I'll give it a gander before I leave. Any international flights? We had a bunch of international flights pass through. We had Leipzig. We had Korean Air just depart. Janice, you haven't flown too much. I highly recommend the Janice. I would love to see a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. There's bound to be one. I think Delta uses them. Where are we going? CB, nowhere, but everywhere. No, today the only direction we're going to is towards the city. 1 p.m. we're gonna see a city, and that city being New York. And how are we gonna get there? Stay tuned. Hey, Keith O'Farrell, I like your name. Hi from Ireland. Where you are, is that a place where people can go watch planes? Yes, it is. It is part of the hotel. It doesn't seem like they're requiring you to be a guest to visit this rooftop area, because I think it also functions as a bar. But do double check. But it seems like you can just walk in at the very moment. Let me know if you want me to zoom in on any details. I'm getting a tan here with the sun beaming on my face. Let me know if you want any details. I'll zoom in. Zoom in on the terminal. Let's see it. Someone's in T1, Terminal 1. Hey, I can't see him from this direction, but Mike, I'm waving at your friend. I'm waving at your friend right now. Hopefully he sees me. I can't see him, but hopefully he sees me. That's funny. Is your friend a worker or is he a customer who's flying? Did I eat at the restaurant? No, Joey, I did not manage to eat at the restaurant. I bought food that was made at the restaurant, the pizza, which I think is made by the restaurant, because it was available at the bar. The pizza was okay. It was okay pizza. The cocktails were good though. $15, good price. at least for an airport, because I think airport cocktails can go even higher, like $18. So it was a good cocktail. He's a worker. Oh, he's a worker. Oh, so he's at gate 1 downstairs then. Is he there? Is that him? All right, we have a random JFK worker. I can't see him. Oh, there he is. There he is. That's the guy. That's the guy. Here he is. Let's zoom in. Mike, thank you for thank you for telling us about your friend over there. Everyone, give a round of hearts to Mike's friend. And give a round of hearts to just all the airport workers keeping these beautiful, majestic birds of steel that soar through the air running on a daily basis. Did the kids quiet down? Yes, at 1 a.m. they quiet down. Susan. Reasonable time, I think. That's so cool. There he is, one more time. Mike's friend. Ask him for a ride. I would love that. I would love that. Hey, Mike, if your friend could give us a ride, legally, I would be 100% down. Send me a DM. Mike says, haha, I wish, yeah, I can imagine this. Against regulations. Hey, New York City Cherry Grove. Do I have a favorite airline? Yeah, my favorite airline would be, number one would be Emirates. Emirates is just a luxury to the extreme. I went coach, I went regular, and it is a luxurious experience. They give you hot towels, they give you Turkish delights, which are these beautiful little Turkish pastries. Well, not pastries, but like sweets. They have Turkish coffee, which blows my mind on a flight. The food was amazing. The TVs are gigantic on the seats. The seats themselves are super comfy, and all for a very cheap price. I paid like, it was like $300 to go to Milan on a luxurious flight on Emirates. That blew me away. The second one that's almost as luxurious, also with Turkish delights, also with Turkish coffee, is Turkish Airlines. Absolutely love the airliner. Also comfy seats. A much distant third right now for me would be Norwegian. It's nowhere near as luxurious, but it is very inexpensive to get to most places in Europe direct. So, absolutely amazing. 8 minutes left. Let us know what's your favorite airliners. Which one do you recommend to all your fellow urbanists? I flew to Emirates A38 to Dubai, and it was amazing, says Dutch Moms. Right. I can't wait to go to Dubai. Someone asked me the other day, hey, have you been to Dubai? Not yet, but I can't wait to go. Is that DHL? Yep, that's DHL that Dutch Moms referred to. DHL from Atlanta, home of Danny Glover. Is it David Glover or Danny Glover? Are you traveling to Dubai? I hope so. I can't wait to go at some point. Yeah, there's people taking photos. There's there's a lot of aviation buffs that stay in this hotel. I get that impression. I think they come here and take their photos or time lapses. And we have just people suntanning in very cold weather. No, Norwegian is canceling overseas flights, says Rune. Apparently they're still running, and I still got credit from Norwegian, so they better have some overseas flights. But they appear to still be running. I hope it lasts for a little bit. I hope to claim those credits before there's any such cancellations. Deanne, I have a friend who worked in Dubai. Gorgeous place. Oh, I'm so glad you think so. Ariel, you have to go to Sri Lanka. Can't wait. Janice, do I plan to go to Norway? No, Norwegian was just a very affordable flight to anywhere in Europe. The flight that was canceled on me was my June 2020 flight to London. I was supposed to go to London June 2020, actually for my birthday, to visit the great city of London. And, of course, a global pandemic ravaged the world and it was canceled. Norwegian ended up giving me credits because they did not offer refunds. So I still have credits with Norwegian. All right, we got 5 minutes. Are we gonna see any last flights take off for the last 5 minutes? Let's see. Sanina, you're AV geek. You're aviation geek as well. Oh, that's so cool. And make your dream come true. I'm so glad. Dutch Moss is the best pilot ever. Yes, I heard Dutch Moss. Great at flying jet airliners. How about Amsterdam? Says Cauliflower. I would love to go to Amsterdam. Especially as someone who loves urban design. I am just eager, waiting for the moment to go to Amsterdam. Because it's probably what looks to be one of the most friendly urban centers in the entire world in terms of how it's designed. Sardinia, India. Yes, I will be going to India. I just don't know how friendly it is for live streaming. Let me know. What do you think? Will India be a good place to live stream? Not vlog. There's a lot of people who do vlogs. Vlogs I can edit, but live stream. Let me know. I assume India is walkable in many of its cities, but is it friendly for live streaming? Yeah, Gorgon says India won't be too good for a signal. That's my worry about a country like India, is unfortunately they don't have the best signal yet. That might change in the very near future, but not yet. Virginia, I think rules haven't been changed yet fully, so I think it's still tricky to fly over to most European countries. Dutch Miles, I tried to stream in Colombo, Sri Lanka, but had no service. Oh, wow, you went to Sri Lanka. That's so cool. 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We have viewed the beautiful runway of JFK Airport, formerly known as Idlewild, also temporarily known for a little bit New York International Airport. It was actually known initially when they changed the name in John F. Kennedy's honor. It was called Kennedy International Airport. So what would be the acronym for Kennedy International Airport? Write it down in the comments. What would be the acronym, the airport code for Kennedy International Airport? Not JFK, but Kennedy International Airport. So Neobo, thank you so much for putting it down. So the airport code initially was KIA. But the thing is, there was a little war, actually a very big war, called the Vietnam War. Many tens of thousands of men lost their lives at the Vietnam War. It was very devastating on both sides. And one thing that many mothers, parents, brothers and sisters, friends and classmates heard from their loved ones who went to war was that they were KIA, meant that they were killed in action. It was devastating news to hear for any type of family or friend. So they wanted to remove that association, and thus they end up deciding to go from Kennedy International Airport to JFK, which is now the current code. So they chose the wrong acronym in the beginning. This could have been KIA for good. Like, we would not be calling this JFK. If it weren't for the Vietnam War, we would not be calling this JFK. We would be calling it KIA. Here we're KIA, ladies and gentlemen. My dad fought in the Vietnam War in the Australian Army. Oh, Clarissa. Oh, wow. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. See you at 1 p.m. We're going to go all the way to New York City from here at Terminal 5. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.